up in this hole real quick.
It's dark.
Where we go?
There's a light up in this hole.
Dark as a mug up in here. Aha! And then there was light. So, oh yeah, TikTok. How we doing today? Hope we're doing good, because I'm great. 'Cause I am freaking fantastic. How are we doing today? Welcome to the live. We're going to get started here in the next minute. Waiting for people to show up. But you know me, I'm going to begin the class at 10 p.m. As said, oh, welcome for joining the live. We're going to get started here in a minute. Oh, yeah. Got my loyal viewers. Oh, yeah. It is now 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So without further ado, we're going to get started with our opening prayer of protection. So I'm going to burn some sage so we can cleanse the energy, cleanse the area for this channeled message that I received from Spirit earlier today. So, oh yeah, we're gonna sage the heck out of this air, bro. We got too much haterade going on here. It's like my fridge is full of haterade or something. All these haters out here. I'm gonna blow some sage in their face. Like I said, I'm gonna keep a pocket full of sage when I'm out in public, bro. If someone talking smack, I'm just gonna be like, shut your ass up. Shut your ass up. It ain't you talking, bro. Go heal. Go heal. But we're gonna get started with the prayer now. All jokes aside. By the name above all names, Yahweh, I call upon the thrones and seraphim of the Most High. Shield this gathering in golden fire. I cast out all interference, deceit, evil, and any spirit not of divine order. May no spirit or energy cross this threshold unless it has been sent by the Creator of light and dwells in perfect service to the True One. By the solar seal of truth, be banished. By the flame of Yahweh, be consumed. And so it is. Hey, thanks for joining the live, you guys. Class is in session. I hope we got our note-taking gear. I hope we got our water source. I hope we got smiles on our face, an open heart, and we're ready to receive these divine downloads. Now, without further ado, we're going to first start off with remembering. So this is through the soul record. So teaching the Akashic threads. Now, within the sacred halls of the Akasha lies the woven tapestry of your soul's many journeys. Every incarnation, every vow, every truth, and every silence. These records are not merely data. They are living memory encoded in light. They exist beyond time, vibrating within your DNA, your dreams, and the subtle pulse of your intuition. The Akashic threads are the golden strands that connect your now self to your eternal self. To access them is not to go somewhere, but to sink inward. This is when you quiet the noise and attune to your soul's resonance. They appear in flashes of deja vu, in soul recognitions, in visions, and in the still whispers that arrive when the mind surrenders. Now, the reason why is that we are in an age of soul retrieval. Wondering who we are, why we're here, why we exist. Well, this is how you do it. So to walk with clarity and power on earth is to remember your soul. You must remember what your soul came to teach and to embody. When we forget our soul record, We act from wounds and illusions. When we remember, we walk with ancestral wisdom, divine purpose, and spiritual authority. Now, if you don't know what spiritual authority is, it's kind of your rank. Well, not kind of, it is your rank within the other realms, because everybody wants to stay in the 3D within the illusion, right? The materials, right? But what are they doing to embody all they've learned to walk in the Christ light, to ascend? A lot of the times people get complacent and they like where they're at. They like to be miserable. And you got to remember, misery loves company. And the thing is, if you have a higher calling, run towards it, because that's God calling you right now. He said, pick up the damn phone, you're leaving. You know what I mean? Hey, thanks for the follow. Thanks for the likes, gang. Now, remembering dissolves confusion. Thanks for the gift. It anchors your mission. It empowers you to reclaim gifts, break soul contracts that no longer serve you, and write new futures. Thank you for the rose, gang. Oh, man, I'm getting all the love. The Akasha is not fixed. It responds to your alignment. You got the #1 gifter out here for the get-go. I appreciate it. You guys are sweet. Now, in astrology, Neptune, which is the spiritual memory and divine union. An aspect to the South Node, which is past lives and soul inheritance, often indicates intuitive access to the Akashic fields. Now, 12th house placements may also show karmic memory, spiritual service, or psychic sensitivity. Strong Pisces energy blurs the veil between lifetimes. Jupiter expands access. I got chicken scratch here. Hold up. When enshrined to Neptune or in transit through the 9th or 12th houses. Got some coffee on here. Anyways, to embody, you need to sit with your hand over your heart and womb or your solar plexus. Then you will breathe deeply and simply say, I call back all fragments, all light memories, all divine truths now. So, also, work with blue lotus, lapis lazuli, or mugwort to enhance Akashic recall. Now, you need to also journal or scry after meditation. Allow visions or phrases to arise. Journal it. Also, speak aloud. I am the living record. I awaken now. That is what you will affirm during those embodiment practices. Now, moving on. Now, this next teaching, we're going to go over the celestial waters, the emotional alchemy, and star seed memory. Thank you for the gift. Now, the celestial waters represent the subtle tides of divine memory flowing through your emotional body. These waters hold both the pain and the promise of other lifetimes, earthly and cosmic. So when you learn to sit with your emotions as teachers, you gain access to starseed awareness, the encoded memory of origins beyond Earth. Now, your tears are not only grief, but portals. Your deep longing may be a call from another star system or a soul group. Emotional alchemy is the sacred art of transforming heaviness into light, of turning sorrow into understanding, and of unlocking your intuitive remembrance through emotional mastery. Now, the reason why is that so many walk the earth feeling alien, unrooted, or fragmented. Hey, thank you for the follow. They are not broken. They are remembering star seeds that carry codes often hidden beneath emotional suppression. So when you allow your waters to move the light hidden in your pain, it will also surface. Now, this teaching is a key to anchoring your cosmic lineage into embodied presence. Now, through it, you unlock your role as a celestial bridge, which is between galaxies and Gaia, between memory and manifestations. Now, in astrology, Cancer and Pisces placements often point to strong emotional, spiritual intelligence and memory when aligned. Now, a Moon to Neptune conjunction may indicate a powerful empathic or starseed soul. If Chiron in water signs such as Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces, it suggests emotional wounds that become portals of healing and deep galactic insight. Hey, thank you for joining live. Hey, Pisces, y'all are dangerous. Y'all are dangerous. My best friend's a Pisces. So, to embody this teaching, right? So, a water gazing ritual. Hey, thank you for the gift, gang. Thanks for joining. Such as the ocean, bath, or bowl. While breathing slowly and whispering, I remember, I receive, I transmute. He said, we aren't dangerous. And yep, my entire life's been trauma, and I just want to use it to save the world. I gotta go back up. Save the world, laugh out loud. But I've just been lost and let fear consume. Well, do not fear. Do not fear. Because you got to remember how much power you hold in this world, right? So, for example, right? Let me find something. So, we have this, right? This is the Earth's energy. This is your energy. It's not going to fit. But that's okay. Because it's all in the spirit. If that makes sense. You need to realize how big you are. Don't let anybody try to make you small. Right? Also, don't let the people who wear the robes of white and the white collars try to make you small in this world. Just know it's going to continue to prove my point. Anyways, moving on. So, there's also the working with crystals like aquamarine, celestite, or laramir to open starseed pathways. Use mantras like every emotion is a messenger of divine memory. Yes, it does. And yeah, I let my abusers do that. Well, don't let them do that no more. Heck nah, they ain't allowed. The best advice I could give you is keep loving yourself, no matter what the outside opinions are, whatever, the external forces, because, like, that shit don't matter. Because, like, your opinion of yourself and that of God's should be the only opinions that matter in this world. You shouldn't let anybody try to define you of who you are because of your past or what you might have done or what you might have gotten involved in. You let that pain, right? And you transmute it into your power. And you allow that power to refine you, right? So that's when you turn your weaknesses into your strength. Then you're unstoppable. You're unconquerable. And they hate it. And the thing is, don't worry about what the naysayers say. They're at a freaking vibration of realms that are so low, it doesn't even matter because you're up here. And you just keep vibrating high. It don't matter. Stay up in your own world. Stay in your own lane. While they're trying to swerve over and try to knock you out of your lane, they can't even get onto the bypass because you got that freaking fast lane ticket, son. You're like, I don't need no traffic. I'm just going this way because God gave me the pass. I'm like, hey, here we go. Thank you. It's just hard being completely alone in the world. And yeah, that's true. I am happier on. You got to understand that you are not alone. You are not alone. I was at a position that you were in. Maybe not the same or as drastic or as however it felt to you. But I turned to God. And I had never been not alone. If that makes sense. Because the more I poured into myself, the more God showed me who I am. And that's the relationship that I have. Like, God's my sugar daddy. God's also co-host. Not right now, gang. Not right now. So where was I? So your relationship with God should be the only opinion that matters. Because it is a private, it is a sacred relationship. God knows everything that you're going to do before you even do it, knows what you're going to think, knows what you're going to speak, and God will never judge you in that way because God will always love you. And the thing is, you also have your ancestors, your spirit guides that surround you constantly. And the best thing to do is just continue to open your heart. Even when the external world may not look like sunshine and rainbows that we all dreamed and imagined of. But the thing is, we just got to put on that spiritual Vaseline and just keep going. You got to roll with the punches because you got God in your corner. The thing is, you ain't got to tap out because God's over there on the lines like, go ahead. Go ahead, hit my child, see what happens. Go ahead. Talk shit to my child, see what happens. Oops, slipped on something real quick. Oh shit, not my fault. Oops. You know what I mean? So, hopefully that helped. So, Scent, you're awesome. No, you're awesome. Thank you guys. I appreciate it. So, moving on to the next teaching. So, that truly does. Thank you. You're welcome. You're very much welcome. You're very much welcome. And it also helps if you journal too. What your experiences are throughout the day, how you're feeling. If you're in like a sad mood or you're angry or upset, ask yourself, ask your body. It's like, why do I feel this way? Is this an unhealed wound? Is this a past wound? Is this my pain that I'm feeling? Absolutely. Day one. That's it. That's it. You just got to do it. You know, and it's that discipline because discipline's the greatest form of self-love, you know, and that's choosing yourself above all because you got to remember, if you choose you, everything else chooses you too. That is cosmic law, people. That's how it works. Secrets of the universe. But anyway, so moving on to soul contracts and cosmic agreements. So understanding pre-birth choices. So in this teaching, we're going to highlight before incarnating, your soul sat with divine guides and made sacred agreements. These soul contracts included the families you would be born into, the lessons you'd learn, the people you'd meet, and the pain you'd overcome. Now, ooh, I got all the burps. Let me talk spirit. So these contracts are not punishments. They are blueprints of evolution. Chosen the divine will and sovereign agreements. Now, some contracts are karmic, meant to resolve past life imbalances, such as getting killed in the past life, getting stabbed in the back. We gotta put that shit to a closure and heal from that shit. Because we almost made the same mistake again, but we didn't. We dodged a bullet on that one. Oh, fucking shit. Anyways, yeah, I curse like a sailor. I don't care, bro. Enlightenment's not about being perfect. It's not about being perfect at all. It's about being a good, genuine human being who walks in their ultimate truth. So, where was I? So, others are dharmic, meant to awaken your gifts and fulfill sacred service. So when we awaken to those agreements, we stop asking, why me? And begin asking, what is this here to teach me? That's how you should look at any challenges or any problems that arise in your life. It's like, what is this teaching me right now? I shouldn't feel some type of way because I'm not going to let somebody come in my house and touch the thermostat like they pay the bills or something because ain't nobody setting my temperature up in this motherfucker, bro. I don't care. We keep it cold. But anyways, so the reason why is that without awareness of soul contracts, life feels random or cruel. But when you remember your soul chose this path, you reclaim your power. You move from victimhood to divine accountability. You begin to transmute suffering into soul wisdom. This teaching helps anchor divine perspective in mounts of struggle and opens the path to conscious contact, completion, or renewal. or renewal. Oh my goodness. Let me drink some water. Oh. So, in astrology, not right now, gang. We'll do a live join up later on. I appreciate the invites though, for sure. We'll have to schedule it though, because we got a class to teach and I got some sleep to catch too. So, in astrology, right? Saturn reveals karmic contracts, especially in the 7th, 8th, and 12th house. So the North Node shows dharmic direction, what your soul came to fulfill. Now, Pluto aspects can indicate transformational soul ties and deep initiatory contracts with others. Retrogrades, especially Mercury, Venus, and Saturn, during birth suggest soul agreements being revisited in this lifetime. Now, to embody this teaching, simply sit in stillness, place your hand over your heart, and say, I honor the sacred contracts of my soul. I accept, I forgive, I release. Then you write a letter to a person or situation that feels like a soul contract. Then you burn it in ceremony with intention. Make sure you guys set the intention. Pure, genuine intentions, not malice, guys. Come on now. That's not up to us, all right? Judgment get called upon others in divine timing. In the meantime, choose Dharma. Choose Dharma while they get the karma. Ka-ching. Anyways, invoke your higher self and guides before sleep to reveal contract insights through dreams. That's why I press you guys getting that dream journal going. Write that down so you guys can tap in and you actually have conversations with your ancestors, bro. Like, for real. They're so chill, bro. Like, there's some crazy motherfuckers too on that side, dude. Like, I'm hype. Like, I'm hype. I got some dogs on that side. Yeah. But anyway, so work with lapis lazuli or amethyst for clarity and soul recall. Yes, I started again, finally. Oh, yeah. Congratulations. Welcome to the dream world. Hey, you're welcome. I'm glad I got you to start writing again. Now, in this next teaching, the voice of the flame. So channeling a divine will with integrity. Now, to channel divine truth is to speak from the flame within, the eternal voice of the soul aligned with source. Many speak, but few speak from the flame. The voice of the flame is never manipulative, arrogant, or self-serving. It carries the frequency of clarity, compassion, and righteous authority. It burns through deception and ego. Let's see here. Always been drawn to amethyst, and sadly I don't dream or remember my dreams, and I don't know how to fix it. Probs need stable sleep. So just make sure you have overall good health. You know, make sure you go to bed on good terms. You know, release any type of negative energy that's latched on to you. Keep your mind filled with prayer. Even in a drowsy state of mind, if you really want to test your dream capabilities and program your subconscious mind to remember, because that's how we got to operate in the 3D. We got to remember these tools that we got. Yes, we're all these spiritual beings, but we're in meat suits, so we got to utilize the human anatomy behind it. It's a science. So what you do with your subconscious mind programming is set that intention before you go to bed. So with that dream journal is sit there and write, I will recall my dreams tonight. So you're remembering that and that sleepy state just before you go to bed. You wrote it down and you have that water set for intention because you need water. So you have that water, your journal, your prayers, and you can have your crystals too if need be. So I sleep with selenite, I sleep with labradorite, I sleep with citron, I sleep with amethyst. What else we got? What else we got? What else we got? Some more selenite. Some more selenite. Smoky quartz, clear quartz, for sure. It helps clear out your energies, helps recall your dreams back, and helps protect your mind too when you're astral journeying. It helps protect your body, protect your vehicle basically. See, I wish I had more friends like you, spiritually smart. Well, I'm teaching you how to be your best friend. Because, like, that's the thing you got to do in life, people. You got to be the best friend that you wish you were proud of. That's the intention. That's the standard you have to set for yourself. And the thing is, your vibe will attract your tribe. So the more you become of yourself and unbecome what society, your family, your friends that you think you have. I'm not saying that you don't have friends or anything. I'm just saying, like, the masks and stuff from people. I'm not sure if you're experiencing that, but none of that matters at all. Because you are your own person. 100% you're your own person. And you should wake up thinking that you're the baddest motherfucker to ever wake up and walk this earth every single day. Because that's what I do when I walk into a room. It's not ego. It's confidence. It's confidence. It's not giving a fuck what other people think and say because I know how to read people. Because the funniest thing ever, like I said before in my other videos, that someone was like, you need to learn how to read people. I'm like, you watch my videos? You watch my videos? What are you talking about? But anyways, so where was I? I need to start putting my finger where I leave off. So, there we go. So to speak from the flame requires purification. One must clear the throat chakra of past silencing, false identities, and fear of persecution. This is the sacred art of becoming a vessel, not for personal opinion, but for divine will. Now, the reason why is that in a world full of noise, your soul is being trained to become a clear trumpet of heaven's message. Without integrity, spiritual gifts can be misused. And with it, your words become activations, initiating remembrance in others, calling forth justice, and aligning timelines with truth. And that's what we're here to do, people. So anyway, this teaching empowers us to use our voice not as a fool of ego, right? But as a sacred sword of light. Cutting through illusion and activating collective awakening. Because that's so demonic, right? Ugh, gosh. Anybody see that comment on last night's live? Dude was like, the Jesus Christ, demons this, demons that. I'm like, bro, you're not just like, maybe if you pay attention to the classes, we was talking about Jesus, how we love Jesus, how we love Barbello, how we love God, like how we love ourselves, how we want people to be more authentic, how to spot a narcissist, how to use your discernment that God gave you. I don't think that's demonic. I really don't. I really don't. Because, like, as soon as I start, did anybody ever notice? Because, like, as soon as I started talking about, like, demons and stuff like that, guess what popped up, right? I was like, does he get the unhealed version, or do I just move on with the class? I was like, I just move on with the class. I was like, I'm not gonna hurt him. I'm not gonna hurt him today. I was like, yeah, they manifested, right? Because, like, that's exactly what a demon would say, right? It's like, well, you need to talk to Jesus and blah, 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 blah. I was like, bro, we were just talking about Jesus, bro. Like, that's exactly what a demon would say. Because, like, if it was an actual person of light, right? They confront you in not a hostile manner. They wouldn't try to shame you over the internet. No. They talk to you in person and discuss it. Because that person is religious. I am not. I choose life and not the world. That's not selfish. I don't care. Because for a time, everybody chose everybody else but Joseph. It was until the moment that Joseph chose Joseph is when I became everybody's problem. Now, you need to understand how karma works, how dealing with narcissistic people, how having an assigned duty in this realm, right? Serving God. Right? Because I ain't bowing down to no false thrones. I ain't freaking listening to no freaking douche canoe who thinks he's freaking above God. No. Yeah, I mean, the Bible has a lot of good stories in them, for sure. You know what I mean? Like, even in my other past videos, I always told people, I was like, you might as well open a Bible. Start your journey. You know? Open the Bible, look at it with an open heart. Because how I described it, how I took it on, is that the Bible is a love letter. 100% a love letter. You know, I mean, all those people in the books, all their names, all their histories have been rewritten for years. And it's sad to not know their dying truth because people just want to write over it, make principles, make all these lists of rules of how people should be when God intended just be yourself. And that's why I can't bring myself to religion as much as I've studied the materials, not from a logical standpoint, but we also balance it out with the emotions and the feelings, and we operate it from a place of wisdom, and that's with love and compassion. Now, and that's how you should approach any type of material religious wise, is just with compassion and understanding of where it comes from, why it happened, why they murdered all those people to try and convert. I don't know. But I'm not going to hate on it. It's a good start. I wish we could access the original words. That's why I try and learn from experience. You know, that's why I dig deep into the inner knowing. And you seek guidance from your ancestors. You seek guidance from your soul lineage. And they teach you everything. And the thing is, you have to be so in tune with yourself. I'm not saying like day in and day out, you have to do this, have to do that. It's a lot of internal work. It's a lot of shadow work too. So to come towards the light, you have to go into your darkness. And that's the thing. People have this false light about them, but they will never go into their own darkness because they try to shield it. They try to mask it. They try to hide it. They try to bury it. But the thing is, you never want to bury versions of yourself. You're supposed to love all of yourself from all different timelines. And the thing is, your past versions of yourselves is the reason why you're here today, helped you survive. So you have to love those versions of yourself no matter what. Because of what you learned, what you thought you knew was right, what you thought you knew was wrong, you got here now. And that's what matters, is because you're making a difference today. So congratulations to you. Because it's very brave for you to step out, speak your truth, you know, and be able to be listened to be heard. And it's very rare in this world because nobody wants to listen, nobody wants to hear, nobody wants to do any of that stuff because everybody's emotionally unavailable. And the main reason why for these teachings is that we're teaching vulnerability is strength, because that's how you tap in and awaken. You have to be vulnerable. Not just in the shower when you're singing and praying to God. No, you got to be able to turn that on and off and use it as your strength. A lot of the times you have the toxic masculinity, toxic femininity. You have all these people who are just like, oh, he's a pussy for being like this or like that or blah, blah, blah. It's just like, you try being hard 24/7, bro. That's not peaceful. That's not happy. I've seen so many people like that try to act hard. Or try to act too straight. Try to act too straight. Like, bro, you ain't gotta try to be straight, bro. Just be straight. Just be straight, you know what I mean? Like, we get it. Like, there's nothing wrong with gay people, but like, what the fuck, bro? It's like, what the fuck? So, where was I? So, in astrology, right? Mercury reveals the nature of your voice, especially when aspected by Pluto, which is the power, and Neptune, which is the divine channeling, or Chiron, which is the wounds around speech. A Leo midheaven, or Gemini rising, often indicates a density linked to public voice or sacred speech. Now, the third house shows early voice conditioning, while the 10th house reveals your public expression of truth. Now, to embody this teaching, what you will need to practice is speak your truth aloud in the mirror daily, such as, I am a vessel of divine truth. My voice ignites remembrance. Then you will use blue lotus tea or mugwort incense before speaking, praying, or writing. Then you will lay your hand over your throat chakra and visualize a golden flame igniting there. Breathe into it until you feel warmth. Then you will practice sacred silence weekly true channels know when to speak and when to listen. So, moving on. Now, we don't have the drum today for the visualizations, but we got the bell. That's the bell of remembrance. Heard me? So, like, when you hear the bell, you come on back. Because I had another viewer told me their experience, said they got lost. They said they heard my voice, but then they heard a woman's voice calling and they went towards it. And I was just like, oh boy, here we go again. So, so follow my voice. So, now we're going to go ahead and begin. So, in this point of time, go ahead and get seated, either standing, but make sure your back is straight and erect. And what you're going to do is go ahead and close your eyes. Now you're going to take 2 deep breaths. Now I want you to inhale for 4 counts. Then hold for 4. Then I need you to exhale for 4. Again, let the rhythm carry you inward. Now that you are in the state of being, your mind is empty, you have no thoughts, only my voice and what you see, what you feel, and what you experience. Now I want you to visualize yourself walking barefoot on ancient stone. The ground warm with energy. A corridor of stars stretches before you, wrapped in twilight mist. You are not alone. Your soul guides, your ancestors, and your angelic kin walk beside you in silence. Ahead, a grand archway appears, glowing with gold and sapphire flame. This is the entrance to the Hall of Eternal Flame, a celestial chamber encoded with your soul's truth. Now you step inside. The walls flicker with radiant fire. In the center is a pool of crystalline light. You kneel before it. As you gaze into its depths, you see all the threads of your Akashic record, woven in luminous strands, lifetimes of sacred truth, voice, vision, and power. A flame rises from the center, shaped like an eye. It looks into you and through you. You hear it speak, not with words, but with frequency. You are the voice and the witness. You are the keeper and the key. Rise now and remember. Then you place your hand upon your heart and feel the flame imprinting within you. A golden seal of remembrance. Breathe, receive when ready. Step out of the chamber. You carry the light within. Open your eyes. You are now aligned, sealed, and ready to continue. Those lessons, those teachings are integrated. You're welcome. Now, moving on to astral temples and the inner sanctum of light. Now, The astral temples are etheric sanctuaries formed within the higher dimensions of the soul's consciousness. These are not imaginary places. They are energetic structures, often created intentionally by your higher self or spiritual lineage over many incarnations. Within these sanctuaries are stored divine tools, soul memories, light codes, and healing frequencies. The inner sanctum is where your soul retreats for divine instruction and restoration during dreamtime meditation or deep astral travel. Now, the reason why is that understanding and visiting your astral temple deepens your spiritual authority. It provides a sovereign space for communication with benevolent beings, remembrance of all past lives, and access to divine archives. In a world full of external noise, your astral sanctum is your sacred interior, like I was mentioning before. Don't let all that outside hootie hotta whatever, that's how they feel about themselves. It ain't you. Now, in astrology, the 12th house, often linked with dream realms, astral travel, and spiritual sanctuaries. Planets here may indicate access points or karmic gates to astral knowledge. Now, in Neptune, if well aspected, opens portals to your inner temple if afflicted. Discernment is vital. Moon in Pisces or Cancer enhances fluidity of astral access and vivid inner landscapes. Jupiter and water houses often suggest an expansive, protective astral realm. Now, to embody this teaching, this is the temple activation ritual. So this is ideal before sleep or meditation. This is when you would light a white or violet candle. Then you will close your eyes and breathe deeply. Then you will say, I now call forth my astral temple of divine light. May its gates open in love, clarity, and truth. Then you will visualize approaching the temple. Ask for your gatekeeper or guardian to welcome you. Trust the form that it takes. Each visit may deepen your awareness. Now remember, if you have lingering fears, your fears will be projected into your dreams. That's why when you're in the 3D, you need to focus on do not fear, and give yourselves reasons why you should not fear. Remember why you're the spiritual baddie that you are, and keep fucking all them demons up. Like, this is how it works. Like, the more you choose yourself, the more the enemy will cower and shrink away. Because a rotten apple falls from a tree all on its own, people. Now, then you will journal what you saw, what you felt, or heard, even fragments. Now, keep in mind, if it's just like a little bit of what you thought you heard, write it down. Because it's going to come back to you like a boomerang. I'm telling you. It's like having ADHD, but when you sleep. It's like a thought, you throw it out there, you forget it mid-sentence, like how you guys see me on my classes, and it comes back eventually. It just hits you in the back of the head. You don't even know where it's coming, but it's there. So, moving on to the next teaching. Now, the celestial blueprints and star line activations. So, every soul carries a celestial blueprint, a divine pattern encoded with starlight, memory gifts, and purpose. These blueprints are interwoven with one's star line, the energetic lineage that connects you to constellations, galactic families, and etheric realms beyond Earth. These codes are often dormant until activated through spiritual practice, sound, light frequencies, or deep inner remembrance. Sent the goat. y'all are silly, bro. So, starline activation is not about escapism. It is the process of integrating the galactic aspects of your soul into your earthly embodiment with reverence and balance. Now, the reason why is that understanding your celestial blueprint reveals soul purpose and origin. Many lightworkers carry starseed contracts that align with planetary evolution. Reclaiming this remembrance empowers you to embody your role as a bridge between dimensions and participate in Earth's ascension consciously. Now, in astrology, right, fixed stars, the key fixed stars in your natal chart, like Sirius, Arcturus, Regulus, and Antares, may indicate galactic connection points or past life soul stations. Now, North Node reveals where your soul is headed in this lifetime, often connected to galactic mission work. Aquarius and 11th house, these rule over cosmic consciousness, the collective and starseed energy. Uranus or Neptune in strong position may reflect star-coded intention and multidimensional communication. Now, to embody this, simply sit under the stars or with a cosmic visual, such as a sky map or soul art. Now, breathe deeply and say, I call forth my remembrance of my star line. Let the codes of my celestial blueprint awaken in purity and love. Then you will feel your body tingle or pulse. You may sense heat in your crown or third eye. Allow images, colors, or light beings to approach without judgment. Let the energy move through your spine and cellular memory. Afterwards, journal what you felt. Especially over time, your connection to cosmic aspects of your soul will become more conscious, grounded, and embodied. So the more you practice, the more you pour into yourself, the more you will be consciously aware. Now, moving on to another soul visualization to integrate those teachings. Now, you will begin by sitting in stillness. So not standing this time, but you are sitting. Your back straight, your eyes closed. Go ahead and breathe deeply. Feel the breath rise and fall like waves over your heart. Then I want you to visualize this. You stand at the base of a crystal staircase that spirals upward into a dome of stars. Above you, constellations shimmer, shimmering with ancient memory. You feel drawn, not just upward, but inward, as though the stars are calling your soul home. As you ascend, each step hums with a tone that vibrates through your spine. These are the notes of your original soul signature. Your body remembers. As you ascend to the top of the stairs, you enter a temple built from stardust and crystalline arches. In the center is a pool of living light, silver and gold, blue and white, shimmering like a dream. Look into this pool. See your reflection as you truly are, not as a human defined by limitation, but as a radiant being with galaxies in your gaze and constellations sewn into your DNA. A figure approaches, an ancestor or guide from your celestial lineage. They offer you a cloak of light, woven from your star-lined threads. As they place it over your shoulders, you feel whole, activated, remembered. They speak. You are the convergence of many. The many worlds, Earth was not your beginning, but it is your sacred mission. Walk as the starlit flame you are. Teach what you know in your bones. Let their words sink in. Then you will breathe, anchor this remembrance. When ready, you begin to walk down the staircase. But now, the light goes with you. It lives in your breath, your voice, your presence. You are the Star Temple. And now you return. Welcome back. Go ahead and journal what you experienced, what you saw, what you felt, what you might have heard. Write them things down. In the meantime, while you guys are writing that down, we're going to talk about portals of the spine and the ladder of light. Now, the human spine is more than a structural support. It is a cosmic ladder, a divine bridge between the earthly and celestial realms. Each vertilobe acts as a portal of energy, and within the spine flows the sacred river of Sushumna, the central channel in yogic and esoteric anatomy. It is through this spiral path that the light of the soul ascends, activating the chakras and awakening divine memory. Now, just as Jacob saw angels ascending and descending a ladder in his vision, right? A vision. So too does your spine act as a ladder between realms. The more aligned and awakened your spine, the easier divine light can travel through you. Hence why Kundalini Yoga is so important. Back mobility is so important. And the reason why is that the spine holds the coding for your energetic sovereignty. Tension, trauma, or emotional repression can block the light, limiting divine communication, reducing intuition, and disconnecting you from your soul's mission. By bringing awareness to the spine, you activate the full light body potential and unlock ancient initiatory gates. Now, in astrology, Saturn rules the bones and spinal structure. He teaches discipline, alignment, and karma. When Saturn is well aspected in your chart, there is ease in anchoring higher light through form. When challenged, one must intentionally work to release ancestral and karmic burdens held in the body. Now, additionally, Kundalini activations are closely tied to Pluto, which is the deep transformation, and Uranus, which is the sudden awakening, particularly if they are an aspect to your moon, ascendant, or IC, which is the root foundation point. Now, to embody this teaching, begin each morning with spinal breath work. Inhale up the spine from the root to the crown, and exhale down, drowning light into the bones. Lie down and gently trace awareness along each vertebrae, and then simply whisper, "I awaken the light within this gate." So as you touch each and every single vertebrae, you say your activation mantra, and you do your Kundalini Yoga. So Work with spinal opening postures. So the cat-cow, the cobra, the bridge, and twist to release energetic blocks. Then you will anoint the back of your neck, which is the alta, which is the major gateway, with myrrh or sandalwood oil, and declare, may this body be the temple through which the ladder of Yahweh's light ascends. Now, moving on to sound keys and the sound of creation. Now, all of creation began with sound. Before matter, there was vibration, the sacred tone that gave birth to form. Each soul carries within them a set of sound keys, encoded frequencies within the voice, breath, and even heartbeat, which are attuned to divine will. These keys are not just for singing. They are for unblocking, for healing, and for remembering. Holy cow. The voice is a sacred wand. With it, we cast reality through chant, whisper, invocation, and even silence. We transmute multidimensional codes that alter the quantum field. Now, the reason why is that many light bearers carry dormant codes in the throat and chest that were silenced through lifetimes of persecution, betrayal, or trauma. When the voice is reclaimed with intention, ancient powers return. Such as prophecy, healing, and sonic architecture. Releasing the fear of your voice is tantamount to reclaiming your throne. Now, in astrology, Mercury governs communication, the vocal magic, and thought transmutation. A strong Mercury in air or fire signs supports divine expression. If Mercury is conjunct Neptune or in Pisces, you likely carry sound healing gifts. Channeling from the ethers, the third house, which is the voice and expression, and fifth house, which is your creative power. Reveal where your divine sound keys may awaken. Now, Venus also rules the voice, especially in Taurus. Beautiful tones, harmony, and soul resonance come through placement, Venusian, that's such a gross word, Venusian placements. Check where Venus falls to understand your soul's unique musical frequency. Now, to embody this teaching, you begin your day with a humming meditation. Humming activates the vague nerve and reattunes your frequency to soul-level harmony. Chant your own name slowly as a prayer until it vibrates through your bones, then hum it backwards and feel the mystery. Then you will practice light language or intuitive vocalization, which is no words, just pure sound from the soul. Let it emerge from the belly or chest. Then you will sit by a body of water or a bowl of water and sing into it a tone of healing. Imagine the waves carrying your voice across dimensions. Now, this is going to be an affirmation before we get into the soul visualization. My voice is the ancient bell that awakens the sleeping stars. I speak the frequencies of divine order. Now, moving on to the next visualization. So like I said, if you guys are new to the chat, you're going to return when you hear the bell, okay? It's the bell of remembrance. Remember to come back. So, I'll go ahead and send you guys through a visualization. What you guys need to do is go ahead and be seated or standing. Make sure your eyes are closed, your back is straight. Now I want you to go ahead and ground yourselves and bring yourself into the state of being. Understand your senses. Empty your mind. Have no thoughts. Just pure stillness and silence. As you take another breath, feel the breath not only move through your lungs, but through your entire energy field, as if your aura itself is inhaling with each breath. Soften the crown of your head. Imagine a starlit river begins pouring in from the cosmos, touching your scalp, washing away static, flowing down through the throat, the heart, and into the belly. Now, in your inner vision, see yourself standing in a vast temple, not made of stone, but of swirling golden threads. Each strand hums with memory. These are your Akashic threads, the eternal library of your soul's journey. As you reach out your hand, a radiant thread floats towards you. You touch it. You feel it vibrate. It contains the sound of your original soul tone, the frequency of your voice when first you were birthed into existence by the Creator. Let this sound resonate in your throat. Hum it gently. It is sacred. It is yours. Now, as you walk deeper into the temple, 4 luminous doors stand before you, each one glowing with a symbol. The first one, the spiral, which is the memory for the Akashic threads. The second door, the flame, the awakening for the golden veins of sacred purpose. The third one, the feather, represents truth for the ancestors' breath. As for the fourth door, the spiral galaxy, the path, for the light body of the dream walker. With reverence, bow before them all. Know that each one has been activated within you. You now hold these codes in your body, in your aura, in your walk, and your word. Before you leave the temple, look above. A great celestial loom spins overhead, weaving your threads with the divine tapestry of the cosmos. You are not separate. You are the one with the design. You are the thread, the weaver, and the vision. Now breathe. Slowly come back to the body. Wiggle your fingers. Place a hand over your heart and whisper, "I remember who I am." All right, so go ahead and journal what you experienced, what you felt, what you saw, what you heard. Keep it noted. As you guys are writing that down, I'm gonna drink some water before I pass out. Just kidding, not gonna pass out. So now we're gonna be moving on to the soul memory, the awakening past life gifts. Now, deep within your etheric field lies a library of soul experiences, echoes of ancient lifetimes where your gifts were honored, your wounds formed, and your contracts sealed. These soul memories carry vibrations that can be awakened through sacral intent, sound, symbols, or soul encounters. Especially when the harmonies of your present moment align with a past life's frequency, dormant abilities like healing, divination, language of light, or alchemical knowledge begin to surface. Now, the reason why is that you are not just who you are in this life. You are an amalgamation of all that you've lived. Reclaiming soul memories isn't about nostalgia. It's about integration. Your purpose now is often rooted in what you've already mastered. Without this reclamation, spiritual gifts may feel blocked, foreign, or fragmented. Now, in astrology, the South Node reveals talents from past lives, while the North Node directs the soul's current mission. Aspects to the 12th house, the house of past lives and karmic memory, or Pluto, the soul evolution, can show which gifts are ready to reawaken. Transits from Uranus or Neptune can suddenly unlock hidden capacities, especially through dreams or spontaneous downloads. Now, to embody this teaching. So this is a past life resonance ritual. This is when you would light a candle and speak, "I open the vaults of sacred memory. Let what is of light and truth return." Then there is also the sound activation, where you will play harmonic tones, chimes, or solfeggio frequencies, especially 963 hertz. Let your body guide you. Past life resonance often triggers subtle vibrations or tears. Now, there is also the mirror gaze. This is when you look into your eyes in a mirror and say your name slowly. Allow flashes, feelings, or imagery to emerge. Then there is also the sigil use. This is when you will draw spirals or ancient symbols that come through you intuitively. You are remembering through form. Now, moving on to the celestial temples of the heart, the inner chambers of divine communion. Now, beyond the physical organ lies the multidimensional heart, a living temple with sacred chambers, encoded with divine light, memory, and spiritual technology. These celestial heart temples are interdimensional sanctuaries, built not with a store, but with resonance. Where was that? So each chamber represents a facet of your soul's relationship to Yahweh, source, and higher realms, such as the chamber of remembrance, the chamber of truth, and the chamber of the eternal flame. Now, the heart is not just emotional. It is an ancient gate. It is through the heart that divine communion becomes embodied, allowing you to feel Yahweh's presence, not only in meditation, but in the cells of your being. Now, the reason why is that we must return to the throne room within us. The new earth is built by hearts that have been re-templed. When we live from the celestial heart, we are no longer driven by trauma or egoic illusion. We move in resonance with heaven. Accessing these inner temples allows deeper wisdom, intimacy with spirit, and the return of sacred trust. Now, in astrology, Leo rules the heart. Its divine essence is radiance, sovereignty, and creativity. When transiting planets activate Leo, your inner temple is being illuminated or purified. Venus in Leo amplifies heart-based love and divine feminine remembrance. Neptune, the higher love, or Chiron, the wounds of the heart, an aspect to the sun, moon, or Venus often indicate a soul mission to heal and awaken the heart temples. Now, to embody this teaching, what you will need to do is the temple activation breath. This is where you will simply place your hand over your heart and breathe in a 4-beat rhythm. Inhale 4, hold 4, exhale 4, then hold 4 again. But don't forget to breathe. Then imagine a temple door forming at the center of your chest. Each breath opens it further. Now there is also a meditation where you will simply ask, which heart chamber is calling me today? Allow yourself to be drawn inward. You may feel warmth, see light, or hear phrases. Each one is a code of entry. Now, there is offerings of devotion. So write a love letter to your divine self. Place rose petals or crystals over it as an offering on your altar. The heart responds to beauty and reverence. As for the celestial chant, what you will speak aloud is, I enter the holy of holies within, where my beloved awaits. Repeat until you feel your energy field shift. Now, to integrate those lessons, I'm going to send you guys through another soul visualization. Yes, there's a lot of soul visualizations up in here. But anyways, it's good for you. So, without further ado, you guys know what to do. Go ahead and get into your quiet, safe space. Either you can light a candle or place your hand over your heart during this visualization. Now, with your eyes closed and your back straight, I want you guys to breathe slowly, allowing your body to soften. Now, as you slip into the state of being, where you have no thoughts, no noise, only stillness and silence, you are visualizing yourself standing at the edge of a vast crystalline bridge made of light. This bridge is suspended upon the cosmos. Below you are star clusters swirling like sacred geometry. Above, a canopy of starlight pulses like a living memory. You are barefoot, robed in light, holding a staff of remembrance. The wind here hums like a hymn sung by the angels. As you take your first step, you hear the voices of your ancestors. Faint at first, then strong, singing in your soul's native tongue. Their voices activate the Akashic threads woven through your limbs. Each step you take, you recall who you are. Keeper of codes, child of the infinite, flame of Yahweh. To your right, a radiant sphere appears. It opens like a lotus releases a stream of violet light across your forehead. With this, you see the veils lifting. To your left, the celestial voice begins to sound. A tone so pure, it vibrates your spine. Words long buried rise like rivers. I am a channel of the Most High. My voice heals. Now at the center of the bridge, your chest begins to glow. The celestial temples of your heart open. You feel chambers within you unlocking, one by one, each holding divine relics, the memory of eternal love, sacred trust, radiant innocence. As you look forward, a great gate opens before you. Beyond it is your destiny path, a golden road paved with sacred symbols and encoded with your mission. You hear these words echo within. From remembrance I rise. From love I speak. With clarity I see. Through devotion I lead. Then you will take a deep breath. Allow the energy to seal within you. When you are ready, open your eyes. Now, go ahead and journal what you felt, what you saw, what you experienced. Keep it noted. Now, as you are writing, I'm going to be moving on to the next teaching. So, moving on to the mirror of the moon. So, the lunar consciousness and the inner feminine. Now, the moon does not shine its own light, yet it governs the tides of the earth and the emotions of the human soul. It is the keeper of memory, intuition, cycles, and the subconscious. When we commune with the moon, we are not merely observing a celestial body. We are dialoguing with the feminine principle within, receptive, mysterious, reflective, and wise. Lunar consciousness invites us to slow down and to feel. It is the dimension of inner knowing, womb wisdom, dream recall, and emotional alchemy. To understand the moon is to understand the soul's inner landscape. Now, the reason why is that in a world that glorifies action and logic, we have forgotten how to listen deeply. The moon teaches us to observe our inner tides, honor our rhythms, and nourish our sacred stillness. Without this, we become fragmented, chasing light without integrating our shadow. By reconnecting with lunar intelligence, we restore the divine mother within. Now, in astrology, the moon in your birth chart reveals your emotional blueprint. Its sign and house placement shows how you feel safe, how you nurture, and need to be nurtured. A Cancer or Pisces moon leans heavily into spiritual and emotional sensitivity. A Capricorn or Virgo moon may resist vulnerability but seeks sacred structure and emotional expression. Now, tracking the moon phases such as the new moon, which is seeding, as well as the full moon, which is the culmination. Then you have the waning, which is the releasing. Then you have the waxing, which is the building. Aligns your spiritual work with nature's flow, especially powerful lunar eclipses, which bring deep revelations and karmic cleansing. Now, to embody this teaching, under the moonlight, sit in stillness, place your left hand over your heart, and your right hand over your womb or your solar plexus. Then you will whisper to yourself, I honor my tides. I am made of water and wonder. Then you will begin a moon journal. Each night, note your dreams, emotions, and what the moon is doing astrologically. Because if you don't, the government's going to keep doing it. So y'all might as well do it. So then you will drink a lunar charged herbal tea like mugwort or blue lotus and meditate under the moon. Now, the river of timelines, the quantum choice, fate, and divine alignment. So, time is not linear. It is a spiraling river of infinite timelines flowing simultaneously in the quantum field. So, every soul carries the power to shift timelines by the choices they made, the energy they embodied, the alignment they maintained. Now, the river of timelines is not simply about fate. It is the navigation of divine will through the waters of possibility. Now, this teaching invites us to understand the metaphysics of time as fluid, dynamic, and responsive to consciousness. The moment you shift your frequency, you alter the river's course. Your healed self, your higher self, your ancestral self, they all exist now. Echoing across parallel realities, waiting for your embodiment to catch up. That's why mind, body, spirit's so important. Make sure your freaking vehicles are cleaned out. You know what I mean? Make sure that shit's clean, bruh. So, the reason why is that many feel trapped in cycles, believing density is fixed or punishment-based. But this is an illusion rooted in fear and disempowerment. The truth is that density is co-authored. You are the scribe and the soul. When you reclaim agency over your energy, thoughts, and spiritual practices, you leap into higher timelines where grace, purpose, and synchronicity reign. That's how it works. Come on. So we must teach that alignment with the divine is not passive surrender, but an active art of choosing love over fear, integrity over illusion, and presence over performance. So, in astrology, right? The nodes of fate in astrology, which is the North Node and South Node, act as cosmic compass that shows your soul's evolutionary path. The South Node reflects past life gifts and karma. The North Node is the soul's mission in this life. So when planets transit or conjunct your nodes, powerful timeline shifts are activated. So if you are aware of your chart and you're aware of everything that's going on in the world, right? You can align yourself properly into the timelines that are being presented, such as portals, such as full moon rituals, such as releasing, letting go, shedding, making room for expansion, and remaining in that divine feminine energy where you are receiving, right? So, additionally, outer planet transits like Uranus, Pluto, or Neptune often bring opportunities to collapse old timelines and quantum leap into new frequencies, especially during squares or oppositions. Now, to embody this teaching, simply write down 3 versions of yourself. Hey, thanks for joining the chat. The wounded self, the present self, and the higher self. Speak to each one aloud with compassion. Then you will visualize stepping into a radiant timeline where your highest embodiment lives. How do you dress, speak, create, and love? Now, there is also the quantum command. This is where you declare out loud, I choose the timeline where I walk in divine purpose, love, and truth. And so it is. Make sure you set the intention when you speak. Now, a daily task. What you need to speak. Is this choice anchoring my highest timeline? So let it guide your decisions in love, work, and in speech. Practice that daily. Now, another soul visualization. So, for those of you who are new, who just joined the chat, when you hear this bell, you return. It's like I said, some people didn't return that one time, but it's okay though. They're back. So what I want you to do is go ahead and get into your safe spot. Go ahead and position yourselves either seated or standing. Just make sure your back is straight. Your eyes are closed. Now that your eyes are closed, allow your breath to slowly inhale the ancient breath of the stars and exhale all timelines you no longer claim. Now with your mind empty, there is stillness, there is silence. Now you'll visualize yourself standing before a vast, shimmering river. Its waters glow with starlight and pulse like constellations in motion. This is the river of timelines. Each current, a different reality, a different choice, a different expression of who you are becoming. Now on the left, the waters are heavy, dense, with echoes of pain and patterns that you've outgrown. And on the right, the river dances, fluid, golden, singing with the songs of your future self, already risen. A bridge of light forms before you, woven from strands of your ancestors' prayers, your higher self's wisdom, and Yahweh's holy guidance. You step onto it. You feel the energy shift beneath your feet as you choose the golden current. Now you pause. You see your higher self waiting on the other side, arms open. This version of you radiates mastery, compassion, joy, and purpose. They hand you a scroll, written in light. And as you hold it to your chest, you know you are no longer bound by what was. You are the river. You are the bridge. You are the divine choice unfolding. Open your heart. Let this embodiment become your now. When you're ready, breathe deeply and return. The timeline has already begun to shift. Now, go ahead, write down, journal what you experienced, what you saw, what you heard, what you felt, what showed up at your doorstep. I don't know. Things happen. But anyways, so moving on to the language of celestial harmonies. Now, sound is the signature of the soul. Celestial harmonies are frequencies that originate beyond this earth realm. Tones emitted by stars, angels, divine temples, and even the inner crystalline structure of planets when attuned. Your soul recognizes this music, not as external sound, but as internal resonance. These harmonics awaken DNA memory, soul contracts, and divine codes dormant within you. Now, the reason why is that when you recognize the sacred music of the universe, you realign with your soul's rhythm. Now, confusion and fatigue often arise when one is out of tune with their divine frequency. This teaching helps restore energetic coherence. Now, in astrology, right? Look to Venus. Beauty, harmony, music. Then you have Neptune, divine sound and mysticism, and Pisces placements. Those with strong Piscean influence or 12th house activity are often sensitive to subtle frequencies and celestial tones. This transits to those that may enhance receptivity to divine harmonies. Now, to embody this teaching, listen to solfeggio frequencies, harp tones, or celestial choirs before meditation or sleep. Then you will chant your own soul's tone. Hum and allow your body to find a frequency that soothes and aligns. Now, then you will journal any words, colors, or visions that emerge with these sounds. Now, before sleep, you will softly say, I align with the music of the stars. My soul remembers the original harmony. Now, moving on to the next teaching. So, the bridge of realms, right? So, walking between worlds. Now, some are born as natural bridges, able to move between the seen and unseen realms. This teaching honors the role of the seer, the mystic, and the dreamwalker. These beings can speak the language of spirit. The traversing of the dream time and retrieve divine messages from the astral, the underworld, and the celestial courts. Now, the reason why is that to walk between worlds is a sacred responsibility. Many who carry this gift feel overwhelmed, disassociated, or judged. But embracing this path leads to profound healing and service. Your presence becomes a living doorway for divine frequencies to enter the earth plane. Now, in astrology, the key placements for realm bridgers include a strong Neptune for psychic vision, 12th house placements for mysticism, the hidden, or Pisces energy for dream portals. The galactic center, which is around 26-27 degrees Sagittarius, often plays a role in channeling cosmic truth. Now, Chiron may appear strong in the chart, showing the wound of feeling between worlds, but also the power to heal others through that very gift. That's what we're doing. So, to embody this teaching, upon waking, right? Write down any dream fragments or visions and allow them to speak to you. Now, then you will light a candle, place a glass of water nearby, and speak aloud. I am a sacred bridge. I honor the mysteries. I walk in reverence. Then you will walk in nature and let yourself feel both the physical and the etheric overlapping. Trust your senses. Then you will offer your heart to serve as a clear vessel between realms with integrity, boundaries, and truth. Hey, thanks for joining the live, gang. Now, the starfire currents, the channeling celestial energy through the body. Now, there is an electric pulse within you that mirrors the pulse of the stars. These are the starfire currents, the celestial energy streams that flow through your light body when you attune to higher frequencies. They are not metaphor. They are metaphysical reality. Through breath, intention, and sacred movement, you become a conduit for stellar light. Now, the reason why is that many feel depleted because they are only running earth-level energy. So, when you open to the stars, especially your soul's celestial origin, you tap into infinite regeneration and divine intelligence. These currents bring clarity, elevated perception, and spiritual empowerment. They are part of your galactic inheritance. Now, in astrology, Uranus governs sudden downloads, quantum energy, and celestial electricity. A strong Uranus in the 8th, 12th, or 1st house may indicate someone wired to channel higher frequencies. Thanks for joining the live. Thanks for the follow. Aquarius placements and 11th house influences support starfire alignment. Now, transits from Uranus or Neptune can awaken these pathways suddenly, especially when aspected to Mercury, Mars, or the Ascendant. Now, to embody these teachings. So, begin with circular breath work, followed by gentle spinal undulations or sacred dance. Then you will visualize starlight descending through your crown, pulsing like plasma through each chakra. Then you will whisper, chant, or hum, I am the vessel of celestial fire. I receive, I radiate, I ignite. Now, then you will lay down and let the energy move. Trust it will clear, awaken, and recalibrate you on all levels. Hey, thanks for joining the live. Now, moving on to the Veil Walkers. So, the paranormal phenomena as gateways to hidden dimensions. Now, paranormal events, apparitions, time slips, ghost sightings, object movement, high-frequency sounds, shadow beings are not mere anomalies. They are echoes from dimensions that overlap our own when the veil thins. Sensitive souls, such as the Veil Walkers, experience these bleed-throughs, not as threats, but as invitations. The reason why is that these phenomena arise during spiritual initiations, astrological portals, or soul awakenings. Rather than fear them, we are called to observe and decode. Paranormal events often accompany heightened intuition or healing breakthroughs, signaling that something sacred is awakening within or around you. Now, in astrology, so Neptune, ruler of illusion and otherworldly dimensions, plays a strong role in veil activity. Now, Pisces, the 12th house, and planets placed there can signify natural veil walkers. So, transits involving Pluto or Saturn to Neptune or the moon often precede paranormal contact. Now, a moon, Neptune, or Pluto moon conjunction can make one sensitive to spirits and timelines. Now, to embody this teaching, you will simply light a blue or indigo candle. I don't know why I said channel. We're channeling. Then ground yourself in breath work. Ask aloud, I walk in honor. Let what is unseen be shown in the light of Yahweh's love. Then you will carry black tourmaline or labradorite to stabilize during heightened psychic episodes. So keep them things on you. So also keep a paranormal journal. So what you notice, feel, or intuitively, it creates trust with your multidimensional senses, right? Now, you will offer gratitude to your ancestors and always seal your field with golden light after any encounter. So, moving on to the courage of the seer, walking unafraid into the unknown. Now, this teaching, we're going to highlight how to be psychic is to be pierced by truth before the world is ready to accept it. It is not simply intuition, It is spiritual power, ancient remembrance, and celestial perception reborn in human form. Now, many fear their gifts because they've been punished for them in past lives, shamed in this one, or conditioned to doubt what is divine. But to fear your sight is to reject the very mirror of your soul. So in a world where we're suppressed by all this crap, you're labeled this, you're labeled that, blah, 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 it's because they don't want you to awaken and be better than them because they're the ones that are in control, right? They don't want too many chiefs running around. They want more Indians, right? That's how it works, people. And the reason why is that fear of psychic ability often stems from the ego's terror of the unseen and society's suppression of spiritual sovereignty. But your gifts are tools of sacred service, meant to guide, to protect, and to awaken. You were not born to cower. You were born to see. Regardless of how other people feel, it doesn't matter. Now, in astrology, right? So Scorpio and the 8th house speak of fear, death, and transformation, where psychic courage must be born. Now, a strong Pluto, Chiron, or North Node in Scorpio often marks the soul of an awakened seer. Now, Uranus, so planet of awakening lightning bolt, often electrifies intuitive gifts during transits to your Mercury, Moon, or Ascendant. Now, Leo energy helps restore confidence and regal bearing to the wounded intuitive. It reminds us your light is not a threat. It is a torch for others. Now to embody this teaching. So stand before a mirror. Gaze into your own eyes and say, preferably the left eye, the seat of the soul, and say, I am not afraid of the dark. I am the light. I walk with fire in my soul and stars in my sight. Then you will sit in meditation with one hand over your heart and one hand over your solar plexus. Breathe in golden white light. Then you will visualize yourself armored in divine light, your heart blazing and eyes open, unafraid. Then you will also carry sunstone or tiger's eye or citron to build strength and inner radiance. So I got my tiger's eye on, gang. Get that shit on. So also offer your gifts in prayer. So you will simply say, I choose to serve with what I see, to heal and not to hide. Now I'm going to send you guys through another soul visualization. So, with that being said, go ahead and get into your positions. You're either seated or standing. Just make sure your back is straight. Your eyes are closed. Slip into the state of being. And when you hear the bell, you return. You follow my voice and only my voice. Now go ahead and take 3 deep breaths. Feel yourself slipping away from your body. Your body is much like a rock, but your soul is much like a feather. It's light. It's free. Now I want you to visualize yourself walking through a misty forest at twilight. The trees are tall and ancient, their branches whispering with memory. Every step you take, the ground glows beneath your feet, golden, alive, and aware of your presence. You are not lost. You are being guided. Up ahead, the mist beginning to shimmer like starlight. A warm pulse emanates from deep within your chest. The fear you once carried begins to dissolve. Every unknown path, every unseen presence, every mysterious whisper, it no longer haunts you. It welcomes you. For you are not walking into darkness. You are walking as the light. Now I want you to visualize a temple appearing in the forest, built not of stone, but of light, memory, and ancient cosmic codes. This is your celestial temple of sight. You enter it. Inside the temple, there's a mirror. But this mirror does not show your body. It shows your soul. You see radiant wings of light, a golden flame in your heart, and a third eye blazing with violet fire. You remember now. You have walked this road before. You have been the oracle, the priestess, the visionary, the flame keeper. You take a deep breath and speak to your reflection. I trust what I see. I trust what I feel. I walk forward with soul power and divine will. Let the mirror in front of you dissolve. Let the temple gently fade back into light. Now you will take a deep breath. As you return to your body, you wiggle your fingers and you place your hand over your heart. Now you return. You are ready. You are seen. You are strong. Now, that was our last visualization for today's class. But what I do have here is a love letter from Spirit to you guys. Now, this love letter is called To the Brave One Who Sees. My beloved, you who have touched the veil and dared to peer beyond it. You who have stood at the edge of mystery and chose not to run, but to feel. I see you, I know you, I love you. You were never meant to fear the unknown. You are the unknown, clothed in form and pulsing with eternity. Your psychic gifts are not curses to hide, but keys to ancient doors. You are not too much. You are not too sensitive. You are not imagining things. You are remembering. In you lives the seer, the stargazer, the dream walker. You are encoded with starlight and stories from other realms. You are not just reading these words. You are awakening an ancient vow. So rise, Radiant One. Stand in the heart of your power. Speak to your guides like friends. Cast spells of love with your eyes and cleanse timelines with your breath. You are not broken. You are being revealed. If ever the world grows quiet and the shadows press near, place your hand to your chest and whisper, I am made of light, older than fear. I do not dim, I ignite. The ancestors are with you. The divine walks beside you. And I, your soul, will always write back. Forever yours, the light within you. Now, we're going to go ahead and close out that class with a prayer. And if you guys want, I could shoot you guys my little hip pocket class about a female narcissist, not demonizing women or anything, but we're just letting you guys know out there about the wounded feminine energies and how to protect yourself. So, without further ado, we'll get started with the prayer. So, this prayer is called In the Light of My Becoming. It's my mom and grandma. Gang, I appreciate the follow too. Thanks for joining the live. And if you guys missed the majority of the live, this will be posted on YouTube tomorrow. So you guys will get the full class. And if you guys want to understand where we're at in our materials, just know it's very unorthodox, but you're going to get it. But if you need to see the replays of the past couple of days, past couple of weeks, you want to see the light codes, you want to learn more about True Soul Connections, check out my YouTube channel. It's called The New Age Mystic. I appreciate a subscribe. I appreciate a like. I appreciate the comments and feedback. I'd love to hear back from you guys on those videos. So, Divine Creator, Celestial Mother, Infinite Flame of Wisdom, we give thanks for the teachings received, the veils lifted, and the remembrance awakened. We seal this space in reverence, protection, and clarity. May every soul here walk forward, crowned in courage, with hearts lit by truth and spirits grounded in their ancient knowing. Let no fear bind us. Let no shadow define us. For we are the light bringers, the way showers, the sacred keys returned. We call upon the guardians of the Akasha, the celestial ancestors, and the councils of the stars. Guide us as we dream, anchor, and embody this light. Help us walk through the unknown with the sovereign flame of grace. As we leave this sacred temple of learning, let every cell of our body remember, we are divine, we are chosen, we are home. And so it is. So, hey, I appreciate you guys checking out the YouTube channel, though. I appreciate the subs. It continues to grow. I'm excited. So, we're going to do a little hip hop class about the female narcissist just because. Protect you guys out there. And it's to help heal. So, this class unveils the complex behavior of the female narcissist who uses deceit, manipulation, and emotional distortion to control, confuse, and damage her chosen victim. Now, we will explore the archetype of the illusion weaver, one who crafts convincing stories to avoid accountability, and who thrives in environments where chaos and emotional confusion become her stage. Oh boy. So, but more than just identifying the patterns, we will awaken spiritual discernment. Reclaim psychic boundaries. And guide you into deeper self-trust and soul sovereignty because they hate it. Now, moving on. The core teachings for this little hip pocket class. So, the story crafter and image shatterer, right? She creates alternate realities to evade truth. Lies are layered with emotion, making them seem believable. Her aim is to control the narrative, destroy reputations, and mask her deep-seated wounds. All the time. So, the reason why is that because truth threatens her illusion of self. When reality surfaces, her false self begins to crumble. Oh boy. So she wages war on authenticity because it's something they lack. So, the victim inversion. So, gaslighting and projection. Now, she mirrors her own darkness onto her victim, turning blame into a weapon, using guilt. Constantly accuses others of what she herself is doing. Oh my gosh. See, so like another thing too about the female narcissist, like I said, we're not demonizing women, because this goes both ways too, people. Ugh. So also uses selective empathy to appear wounded while harming others behind closed doors. So with that being said, they select empathy. So they pick and choose who they want to be sad around, who they want to be happy around, who they want to show love to. And in a moment of weakness, that's when they play the guilt card, the victim card. Like, oh, I'm just down because of this or because of that. It was like this. But then the story always changes, does it not? But the thing is, that's the reason why they surround themselves with closed-minded individuals, because they know they're going to validate their insecurities. Because a real friend will tell you what's wrong with you, bro, to your face. They'd be like, listen, that's fucked up, bro. You ain't gonna do that shit no more. I'm gonna be your friend. You know what I mean? So, moving on. So, this is spiritual warfare, a direct assault on divine identity. It disrupts the throat chakra, which is the truth, the third eye, which is clarity, and the sacral, which is emotional trust. So, it's exhausting. So glad I went no contact with my mom. Hey, bruh. You just gotta cut it, bro. You just gotta cut that shit out of here. Fuck up out of here. Get him out of here, bro. Ain't nobody want that shit. We gotta cut the bull crap out. Hey, bro, I cut off family too because they wasn't really family, bro. They's plotting against me my whole life, bro. The whole time I was praying for their well-being, pray they succeed in whatever it is that they do on a day-to-day basis and that God protects them. Whole time they're praying on my downfall, so fuck them. That's love right there. That's me sending love right back. Fuck them. That's how they want to be. Be that way. I don't hate you. I feel sorry for all of you. Now, moving on. So, the performance over presence. Hey, you found the YouTube gang? That's what's up. So, her identity is curated for public praise. In private, she withholds affection, uses emotional blackmail, and withholds closure. Oh boy. So majority of the narcissists, they'll run and hide and not give you closure. It's just like, it's like a dopamine too that they get off on. It's like, I'm going to intentionally premeditate this. I'm going to make sure it hurts them so I feel better, so I feel empowered, because I keep siphoning them. And then it's like, bro, all you gotta do is ask, bro. Like, some of these fucking narcissists, like, the thing is, like, I already know they're narcissists, and I'm looking at them. It's just like, I was in that mindset, like, I could fix it. Like, I could figure this out. I'm pretty fucking intuitive. I'm neurodivergent. I could fucking decipher this shit. Nope. This person was trying to copy me and just, like, pick up my lingos. We're gonna talk more about it, though, but just try to just take on my very essence. That's called spiritual theft. So we're going to get into that here in a little bit. So they will also use gifts, right? Oh my God. Gestures and apologies that are performative, used to reestablish control. So if you have a falling out with a narcissist, so for example, if you're dating one, it could be a 3-month karmic cycle, right? So for example, it could be like Valentine's Day or something, right? It's just like they were already playing their mind games throughout the week, bro. Ridiculous. Then you cut it off because you know it's a karmic. And then they're gonna fucking slip inside and be like, well, I bought you this because it was special because I thought about it. And the thing is, it happened like every 3 months. It's my fault for tolerating it. But like, dude, dude, it was the same shit every time to make you feel like you owe them, right? So it's the things that like, I did this for you, or all the things I've done for you, right? They try to hold you accountable. Not gonna lie, you're cute. Sorry, that's random. Thank you for doing what you do and sharing it with. I appreciate it. Sending the love right back. I appreciate you. Freaking beautiful soul. So, where was I? So in astrology, right, this behavior is often tied to shadow aspects of Libra, which is image obsession. Then you have Gemini, which is dualities and lies, right? Or Leo, the attention seeking, right? but can manifest in any sign depending on trauma and placement distortion. So, anyways, just yeah, I don't know, just gotta get it out, So, no more rose-colored glasses, you guys, no more. So, the insecurity wound, right? So, comparison, jealousy, and control. Oh my gosh. These are the most jealous and envious freaking creatures you will ever encounter. I hope you guys don't encounter a narcissist, because if you do, just watch my discernment videos. Keep watching these classes and you'll be able to point them out because you can smell them. That's the thing. The more discerning you are, the more you can see through illusions and bullshit, bro. Like, it's all for show. And it's just so sad because, like, people really think they're smart, bro. They really do. Because, like, they look at me dumbfounded, right? All the time. People are like, oh, he's an idiot. He doesn't know anything. It's just like, you know, God put, like, a veil over me, right? To where people can't read me, right? They're only going to read what they think, right? It's never the truth. That's why they're always like, what the fuck? Why is he doing this now? Why is he doing that? Well, he's doing this. It's different now. It's just like, yeah, dude, never let him know my next move, bro. What are you talking about? So, the insecurity wound, right? So, we already talked about that. So, she competes with other women, even friends or daughters. So, also, sabotages the rising light of others if it threatens her false superiority. This person, these types of people will constantly feel challenged by anything, anyone, anywhere because of how they feel on the inside. They always got to one-up everything they come in the counter with, right? Because they got to be the big dog. They have to be this. They have to be that. They have to be an image, right? For themselves to feel happy, for themselves to feel complete. But the thing is, they're not pouring energy back into themselves trying to force an image, right? They're wasting more energy trying to alchemize an image that doesn't exist in that timeline, right? So they're only hurting their souls that much more and just prolonging their ultimate death, really, because it's always miserable and it's always alone. I mean, everybody dies alone regardless, but like, this is alone. And it's sad because it's cosmic law. And the thing how karma works, like, yeah, bro, like, God gonna let the narcissist walk the earth because the people who come back from it, bro, are 10 times stronger. Those are the people who make a difference in this world. That ass. Because they stood up for themselves. They established boundaries, bro. Like, I don't know anything, though. Shit. So, also, keeps others small to feel safe, right? They always got to downplay, always got to down talk on other people just to make themselves feel better about themselves. Because they can't give it to themselves. They can't make themselves feel better, but they feel better off of making other people worse. It's just a bully. You know what I mean? So, in this case, in a metaphysical way, she is battling her own fragmented soul. Right? So rejecting her divine feminine, fearing the power of love because it exposes her truth. So you'll hear a lot of the times, not just women, but guys too. It's like, women be like, why do I keep attracting all these femboys, all these feminine boys, all this, all that? And it's just like, well, they don't know that, they're not aware that they're a divine masculine. You know what I mean? They're not aware that they're the masculine in the energy, bro, and they wonder why, bro. It's like, but when they try to look for that masculine guy, right, they get it, and it's not what they want because it's like a challenge. They're like, why are you challenging me? What the fuck? Why are you testing me right now? And it's just like, it's so confusing, bro. So it's just like, run. You know what I mean? These are the signs. This is stuff you gotta look out for, bro. If you're stuck with one right now, now's your chance not to wake up in fear or feel like you're being manipulated. Don't shrink yourself, just escape. Escape. So, why the victim stays, right? So, the victim often feels bound by guilt. So that's the narcissist's number one weapon, is guilt. Also, obligation or trauma bonding, right? So trauma bonding is a big one too. Like, they're going to hit you in the feels and try to relate and try to one-up your trauma stories or try to out-trauma. You ever get in a conversation with someone trying to out-trauma you? And it's kind of fucked up, you know what I mean? It's like, well, I went through this, and this person was like, well, I went through this, and this happened with the blah, blah, blah. It's just like, you ain't gonna let me speak, bro. You ain't gonna let me talk on this right now? Dead ass. You know what I mean? It's just like, okay, I get it. You hurt too, bro, but you asked me, cuz, like, shit, wait your turn. They're impatient as fuck, too. Impatient. They ain't got no patience. On God, they ain't got no patience. So they rather pay for people for their patience, right? So I see that reoccurring pattern, too. Now, the manipulator weaponizes emotions like, I'm all you got. Or, look what I've done for you, right? All that fucking just shut up. Anyway, so the victim is taught to doubt their own memory. So this person will manipulate you thinking that you shouldn't trust your intuition, right? It's kind of fucked up. Anyways, so when you wake up, right, to manipulation, you must not shrink, like I said before. Your freedom threatens her control. And your truth heals the bloodline. Keep speaking your truth. That's how Joseph was too. He was speaking his truth. He got thrown in prison, but he still spoke his truth. The fuck? The fuck? And the thing is, he got noticed for it too. They're like, oh shit, he a dream walker. He be knowing stuff. All right then, Joseph, let me see what you got. If Pharaoh don't know his dream, recall a dream back for him right quick. Shit, this is helping you guys brush up your skills of discernment when it comes to recalling dreams too. I'm just saying. So, the mask of mimicry, right? So, identity theft through energetic siphoning. Oof. So, it's not just the female narcissist. I've encountered quite a few male narcissists that want to take on, that want to embody my style, my lingo, what I do, what I say, because they lack creativity. 100% they lack creativity. Oh, God. I ain't even trying to be mean, but I seen a stupid ass painting this one time, bro. I tried to be nice. This shit looks stupid. I don't care. There was mean things said in rooms I've never entered. Anyways, the female narcissist doesn't just lie. She studies, right? Oof. Psychotic as fuck. So she watches her victims closely, absorbing their vocabulary, humor, mannerisms, aesthetic choices, spiritual language, even their wounds, right? Over time, she begins to become them in subtle, unsettling ways. If you find your partner mimicking you and doing all the things that you do and trying to become like you, tell them to stop or you need to run and get out. Because that ain't it, Chief. It ain't it. It's like, I'm not you and you're not me. You're not doing this. Joseph said so. You're not doing this. Go heal. So, this is not admiration, no. It's energetic consumption. It's identity theft of the soul, right? So, this is what she does. So, mirrors personality traits of the person she's trying to siphon energy from. Also, adopts spiritual language and mimics, healing terms to appear conscious or divine. Because they're an angel to everybody. Yeah, fucking right. Anyways, they also copy aesthetics, interest, style, and even traumas. Also pretending that they are hers. Which is fucked up. You're going to pretend that somebody else's traumas is yours. You're just going to change the story and some names out. Just so you throw the guilt card on people. Like, oh, woe was me. Feel bad for me, but you're the one who did it. But you're the one who caused the pain. You're the one who took away the peace. Okay. All is forgiven. Because the cord cut up out of this motherfucker. Anyways, so this person will often tell stories she heard from her victim as if they were her own. Like I said, they will just tell stories like it's their own. Even if it's like a cool story, a badass story. Oh, they just gonna put their name there. 100% they gonna put their name there, bro. It's fucked up. And the reason why, right, is that she has no stable identity of her own, bro. Oh my gosh. Ugh. So her sense of self is shattered and hollow. So she wears others like costumes to survive and feel validated, right? Crazy. You can create energy, but you can't copy it. You can't copy it. So the psychic manipulation portion of this, right? So this is a tactic of energetic dominance. She drains her target by taking their sacred uniqueness and turning it into a trend. It creates confusion, disassociation, and invisibility in the victim. Hence why you never get invited to places. And because if you did, they would know where it all came from. And you wouldn't be as cool. So, moving on. So the victim often feels, right? So she's becoming me. Or I feel erased. Or people think she's the originator of something I created. So this is a spiritual crime of essence theft. So I hope we all learned that this class is not about demonizing women, but about recognizing deeply wounded expressions of the feminine and protecting your peace. So a woman who refuses accountability, who builds lies to wound, and who manipulates emotions is no longer in alignment with her divine blueprint. To heal, we must name the distortion. To rise, we must release what was never ours to carry. So, I hope you guys enjoyed tonight's class. I did. It was great. I'm surprised I'm still awake. But anyways, I hope you guys have a beautiful night wherever you may be, you beautiful souls. Anyways, stay tuned for tomorrow. Stay tuned for the updated video on the YouTube channel tomorrow. Got to do some edits and stuff. Got to type up the book still. So yes, so here, you heard it here second because I made a post earlier, vlog earlier, and I kind of slid it in there when the book's going to be released. But since we're live, so my intentions are pure and genuine. So I'm setting the release date for my first book on June 10th. So look forward to that, you guys. So that gives me enough time to edit, do whatever, move some stuff around, make it a little better for you guys. Maybe add some more soul visualizations in there for you guys as well. And then what we're going to do is that we're going to integrate it to like auto books as well. Paperbacks, hardcovers. You know the deal. Like with all these books too, since I have this fancy computer with that art freaking engineering on here. It's like a $400 program or whatever. So what I'm going to do is make like animated shorts, right? From entries of my books, right? Because I got like 8 of them. So I wrote 8 books in the past month. Bro, I've been putting my mind on paper lately. It's been freaking crazy, dude. It's been crazy. Like, I got freaking calluses on this hand, bro, from writing. You heard me? Come on now. You got too much time on your hands. You might as well start writing, right? Shit. So, yeah, June 10th is when I drop that book. I'm not going to give you the name of the title because someone's probably going to try and steal it because it's fire, by the way. What? It has the whole book series, too. What? Not to mention, I'm going to have a graphic novel because everything I'm going to draw. Because I can draw too. Very artsy. Very poetic. Very demure. So, I'm going to go ahead and deuce out. I'm just brain dumping right now. I love you guys. Appreciate the support. I'll catch you guys tomorrow at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Deuces. How you turn this off?